Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a much needed Eye on the Eye broadcast. And I am blown away. Can't even begin. I'm almost unable to breathe on this country's reaction to the coronavirus. I've watched the newscasts from the very beginning and just want to go on the record right now as to saying that I just cannot believe what we're doing. I cannot believe that these remedies, if you will, aren't way worse than the disease itself, which at this time here on Friday, March 20th at 12:40 p.m., we've witnessed here, and I've seen reports even on CNN, which I cannot help but now call the communist news network. I am blown away. I just recently learned that there's a Chinese, and I learned this through Facebook, and people would lead you to believe that everything you see on Facebook is fake news. And unlike, like most Americans, when I see things that intrigue me on Facebook, I don't instantly believe them. I go to and find other sources to find out if it may or may not be true. Who is that source? How many others are reporting on it? And just recently here, it seems about a month ago, we had a Harvard professor, and not only a Harvard University professor, but a science department head, I believe biology, but I'm not sure. I'm not looking at it at the moment. But I believe this guy, a month ago, was arrested along with two others. There's another case in another state, I believe, and I think there's way more where these scientists are being found to be traitors, and we're not getting any news reports concerning that. We're getting very few. I had to learn it on Facebook as opposed to CNN. And then when I go and I look on CNN, did they report on this at all? Did they report that that a Chinese trader, an American trader for the Chinese, was giving them trade secrets from Harvard University? And this seems to be more frequent. I will tell you that what was mind-blowing was to see that CNN, at least according to the internet, did not cover it. And neither did CBS or ABC or NBC. Their affiliates covered it, Boston affiliate. There was another one, I believe, in Tennessee, where this occurred at the University of Tennessee as well. And each of these video headlines, I'm blown away. They don't include the trader's name. They say a Harvard University professor or a University of Tennessee professor. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and beyond that, again, the affiliates are reporting on it briefly. I saw one report on Fox from a month ago, and you just wonder, what news is not being reported during this man-made, this news crisis? And that's what I really believe it is. I believe it's fake news. It's real news blown out of proportion. And it appears that from here on in, we are going to choose to, I know this is the new normal. This is beyond, right? Because once we realize that the flu itself is a lot worse than this coronavirus, that we're going to find out that, like, that's it. That's, oh no, well, we shouldn't stop practicing what we're doing in any, social distancing forever and everything forever because, oh my God, the flu kills 150 to 200 people a day. We have to do something about it now. And these people just want to control our movement in every capacity. They'll never, a portion of them don't appear that they will ever be satisfied. And there isn't even an until to it. There's not even an until. They will just never be satisfied. They will never have enough control. And then we will be forced to look upon these, as far as I'm concerned, very emotional people. Not saying that I'm not one myself, but I'm also not in these positions of leadership, and I'm not necessarily asking to be out in the forefront of this crisis in any way, and nobody's asking me to be, and that's fair enough. But I must, as a citizen, get my word out here that not for one moment, and everyone who knows me knows this, did I buy into this hype. Not for 1 second. And I don't know what the ultimate agenda is, but I know that the press put President Trump in a box. Now, I also look at that and wonder if he's perhaps always had 1 foot in the box, 1 foot out of the box. I would have rather appreciated a president at this time to tell me, almost like the press certainly cooperated with Barack Obama during H1N1, where 20 or 40, I mean, the amount of hospitalizations that were occurring then, and the amount of deaths, and they were killing what I consider H1N1 was killing our most vulnerable. And not to mention the way our society went about handling the AIDS epidemic. Again, each one I found myself to think, or pandemic. I'm not sure if where AIDS reached. I think obviously it was probably a pandemic. But nonetheless, it was killing people. It was an automatic death sentence, and we kept on working. Why? Because we have bills to pay as a country, and we can't always just listen to doctors' orders, especially if the virus isn't life-threatening to less than, or more than, if you will, 1% of the population. So, I cannot believe what is occurring here. I just want for the record that I never bought in. I also, wish that I had even done this in 2003 when I knew from my living room that watching C-SPAN that there were no weapons of mass destruction. Okay? I don't know why it is that over and over I can see through these things and be right and not necessarily even want to be right. So it just goes on and on. Yes, 9/11. Yes, please. An implode is everything falls to the ground. Everything. When something collapses, every part of it goes down. When something explodes, some things will go up. Okay, so just look at the video again, everybody, at any time you like, if it's not all been banned on YouTube, even though we were told to never forget, and I never will. Just look at whether large parts of the building are going up in the air. And if they are, please, I will tell you straight up, again, I am not a scientist or really know anything having to do with any of this. I just will tell you straight up, I know that automatically defines it as an explosion and not even an implosion, and certainly not a collapse, period. And so it really doesn't matter where it is you look. You can look back as far in history as you like. It's been going on for a very long time, and there's a portion of this country that we've been warned about, I think, for a very long time, that are never ceasing to gobble up more power. You hear about this power vacuum. It appears this group is holding the vacuum. It is really something else. I'm sure that I will have thought of other things to say by the time I think about this some more after it is that I hit pause here. But I just want to thank everybody for listening. I look forward to all the comments. Oh yes, one last one. Here's what I'm pretty sure of, the way I'm seeing the curves and the way things are going, and now we're going to see this occur in America and the continent itself, is that what we're witnessing, I think, is that this virus, this coronavirus, has been with us for many, many, many months, well before reaching our shores, well before the travel ban, well before reaching South Korea, well before we heard any news. And guess what? None of us knew. Why? Because we're having a very mild flu season, and this coronavirus has everything it is I haven't seen any portion of this coronavirus, and please tell me if there's something about it that is different than the flu, or whether it's attacking a different sector of the population than the flu. But from what I'm understanding, everybody's getting better, so that when you test everybody at once, guess what? Everybody tests positive. Not because they have it or even that they're contagious. It's that they've already had it. They've already had it and are testing positive, are no longer contagious, only further proving that really all this disease really needed to do was pass through the world, strengthen the entire Earth's antibody defense system, if you will. But I'm further afraid that we're going to try to beat this disease to such an extent that we're going to get in front of our natural antibodies with shots and so forth. And I just don't think, I don't know. That's a whole other discussion, right? In any case, I can't believe we're tanking our economy on every level to minimize flu symptoms. And that's what I see here on an eye today, March 20th, 2020. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for further broadcasts.